Hi, I'm Tom Flame, and I'm a member of the First Water Disaster Strike Team. I'm here today at this remote location to discuss and demonstrate the Responder S solar portable water purification system available from First Water Systems. The technology resident in the Responder S, as well as all systems available from First Water, was first patented in 1995 to bring safer, pure, cleaner water to missionaries, first responders, military personnel, and all persons in need. All responders ship from the factory fully powered and ready to use. However, due to time in transit, as well as the fact that you might not be using your responder immediately upon arrival, it's always a good idea to recharge your battery prior to your first use. So let's take a look now at the unit and how to charge your battery. The first thing you'll notice when you look at your unit is that the unit comes shipped in a ruggedized military spec case. To open the case, lift up on the latches, and the first thing you'll find on the inside of the case are instructions on how to use the system, as well as how to do minor repairs and regular maintenance on the unit. Also included, you'll notice, is a spray hose adapter. This goes on the end of the outlet hose should you want to use the system for showering or decontamination. There are several options for powering the unit. The first is with the solar panel. To access the solar panel, remove the foam pad, and you'll find the solar panel is attached to the back of the unit with this wire. Simply unplug it, and 4 Velcro tabs. Close the unit back up and attach the solar panel to the Velcro that's supplied on the back of the unit. Take the wire, bring it around, and attach it into the controller that you find in the lower central part of the unit. To get and maintain the optimum position to the sun, a brass support rod has been included that you simply put up against the unit, and it will hold the lid at the right angle, or any angle you select. The onboard battery takes several hours to fully charge. However, during this process you can use your responder. In addition to the solar panel, you can also recharge the onboard battery utilizing an external 12-volt battery or your vehicle's battery. To facilitate this, the responder comes with 2 attachments. The first are these battery clips that will let you attach directly to an external battery, or, by pulling this off, a cigarette lighter for your vehicle. Wound up underneath the unit is 15 feet of additional wire so that you can easily access external power supplies. The next thing I'd like to do is to take the unit out of the case so that we can closely look at each individual component of the system. The water comes in through the clear hose and goes into this first canister. This first canister contains a 5-micron spun wound sediment filter. To access the filter, simply unscrew the canister and the filter pops out. In order to clean the filter, simply wash it off with fresh water or a mild detergent. Inside the canister you'll notice a black O-ring. It's important that the O-ring stay seated in the canister in order to ensure proper seal. Replace the canister, put the filter back inside the canister, line it up with the housing, and simply screw it back in place. A snug fit is good enough. You do not need to over-tighten the canister. The next component in line is the 1.1 gallon per minute self-priming pump. This pump maintains a pressure of 45 psi or 45 pounds per square inch, which is enough power to effectively utilize the included spray nozzle. The pump will push the water into the second canister. Inside the second canister is a 0.5 micron activated carbon block filter. This filter is an excellent polishing filter and removes all common chemicals, bad taste, and odor from the water. The activated carbon filter is good for approximately 6 months of continuous usage. It is not washable and should be replaced after that 6-month period. Inside the carbon block filter is an ultraviolet system and protective quartz sleeve. The ultraviolet is an exceptional way to kill all biology in the water and bacteria. This far exceeds state's EPA requirements for microbiological filtration. The UV tube is good for approximately 8,000 hours or 2 years of regular use. After this period, it's important that the tube be replaced. To check if the UV bulb is working properly, simply look at the top of the canister. You should see a light blue or purplish glow coming from the top of the canister. If you do not see this light, it means that the UV bulb is not working properly and needs to be replaced immediately. In the lower center of the unit is a control panel. On the side of the control panel are 2 circuit breakers. The left circuit breaker is for the extension cord leading to the 12-volt battery. If this circuit breaker is popped, it means that the extension cord likely has a cut or a bruise in it and should be repaired immediately. The right circuit breaker is for your remote 12-volt battery. If this circuit is popped, it means that your 12-volt battery is in need of repair. On the left side of the front face of the panel is a timer. The timer is there to enable you to run the unit while you are not present. On the top center of the panel is another circuit breaker. This circuit breaker is for the ultraviolet system. If this is popped, then there is likely a short or problem with the wiring going to the UV bulb and needs to be repaired immediately. On the lower center of the control panel is a toggle switch. On the right side of the toggle switch it says 12 volt, which is a setting if you're using a remote battery or a car battery. On the left side of the toggle switch is a symbol of a sun, which is a setting if you're using a solar panel. On the right side of the control panel is a voltage indicator, which tells you how much power is stored in the internal battery of the unit. As you use the system, if you are not continuously charging it either through the solar panel or through a remote battery, the onboard battery will reduce in power. As it does, the voltage indicator will show that by going down. Once it reaches 0, the unit will need to be recharged in order to use it again. Inside the case under the unit, you'll find a foam insert. Cut out into the foam insert are 2 items. The first is a spare quartz sleeve that is used to protect the ultraviolet bulb. The second item is a screen filter that is used with the intake hose. Simply insert it and twist it, and the screen filter will keep any debris from your water source from entering the sediment filter. This will extend the life of your sediment filter and reduce the amount of times that you have to clean it. The next thing we want to do is put the responder back in its case and put the intake hose into the lake and start pumping some water. We brought a glass out so we can have a drink of the finished purified water. But first we want to take our intake hose and put it into the lake. The next thing you want to do is turn on the timer. Depending on whether there's water in the system or not, it could take up to 30 seconds or a minute for the finished water to start coming out. I'm going to turn the system on, solar, and it starts pumping water. It's a good idea to wait a few minutes or at least 30 seconds to let the water run through the system to make sure if there's any contaminants in the hose that it's been purified. Once we're comfortable that the water has had ample time to get through the system, take your vessel, fill it up, and enjoy a drink of purified, clean water. When you're done pumping for the day, cleanup is very simple and easy. Take the intake hose back out of the water. Take off the screen filter and screw the hoses back together again. When you put the hoses back in the case, this will ensure that no water drips out into the case and your responder is ready to use another day. Please remember that you can't use the responder or any of the water purification products available from First Water on salt water. But you can be assured, like the thousands before you that have used the system, that it will take any contaminated freshwater supply and turn it into wonderful drinking water. On behalf of First Water Systems, I'd like to thank you for viewing this video and choosing the Responder Portable Water Purification System.